Hi guys, welcome.
Sabah, what is happening? Hey, Harrison.
Kate, are you
Hey,
coming
Kay.
to Austin? Is anyone here coming to Austin next week for the internet marketing party?
I feel like
Stuck in Canada.
Oh, you're from Canada still. Far, far away from it all.
Not far, it's just one flight away, but I can't fly out of the country. They even blocked the province. I can't even go out of the province right now, which is pretty crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Canada are you?
Toronto, it's in
Oh,
Ontario. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. I was thinking about going to Montreal, and I was like, all right, can't go out of the country, so I'll just visit Montreal instead.
Mhm.
Then I searched, and it said I couldn't even like get a train because I don't live in
Oh,
Montreal, so it's not like essential travel.
right, right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think Harrison, you're up first.
Yeah, awesome.
You have, okay.
But how are you doing, Sabah?
I'm good. I'm good. I am actually going to be in Austin next week, so that's why I was curious if anyone here is going to that.
Yeah,
And
I would
Stephanie's
love to be there.
Yeah. Did you do the international event then yesterday?
Yes, I did. I did a hot seat as well. Justin and Stefan was there. Yeah, they were super helpful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to give it a little bit context, then we can dive in.
Yeah. So this is so basically a sales video that I'm trying to kind of like improve. Just think of some ideas. This is the existing copy, so I pretty much took the lead and just copy and pasted here. And I
Okay.
would love to have you take a look as well to see what you think could improve. So this is a Facebook cold traffic or YouTube cold traffic offer. The front end is a short ebook. It's called Millionaire Shortcut,
Okay.
and the main hook is there are 1,700 people becoming millionaires in America every day, and most of them are taking a shortcut. And that ebook is going to show them why. And then once they opt in, they're going to see the sales page, which is a VSL, and the offer is the Entre Blueprint, which is $39 course, and it's a mindset plus like 3 1 hour training about 3 business models, and then there's like a master webinar to upsell to other stuff.
Okay. So you're going with the hook that every single day over 1,700 people become millionaires.
Oh, I didn't read this one, so I just transcribed the current VSL.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and you will see my comments. So I was trying to improve it myself as well.
Gotcha. Yeah. I think, I mean, that statement is really powerful, but I think since this is a course about, I think what you can do is really like create some curiosity here. So you could say something like, how are more than 1,700 people a day in America becoming millionaires? Because that's essentially what this course is going to be about, right? It's like you're showing
I
them.
don't know if they can say that because definitely not everyone's just using, because the course is like affiliate marketing or starting an agency or
Oh yeah, no, I mean, but basically you're just posing the question, like how are over 1,700 people in America becoming every day becoming
yeah.
you know what I
So
mean? Like
instead of a
it's like
statement, right?
yeah, it's like an interesting, like you're asking them the question, how is this possible? And then you can kind of roll into, well, a lot of them understand, online businesses, and here's a course on how to start your own online business, blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense?
Maybe I could even get the unemployment rate. Why there are like, I don't know, 15,000 people getting unemployed every day, while there are 1,700 people becoming millionaire every day.
Oh, that would be a good
Maybe,
contrast. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good contrast. Because you want to create this scenario where you're basically telling them there's this like secret method, right? Of like getting rich online. um,
yeah,
and you're about to reveal one of the methods to do it.
yeah.
Yeah. And you said this is a sales video. So is it going to be sitting at the top of the sales page, or is it an individual?
It's only a page and there's no copy below the video. I think
Okay.
it's suppressed until the CTA.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
It might need to be longer then if it's gonna be that type of setup. Because you're gonna.
Yeah, it's like 24 minutes. I
Oh,
only
it is?
grabbed the lead
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Got it. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be like a mini webinar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. So you're kind of creating the curiosity about how is this even possible, right?
Okay.
Because you do
And,
mention it kind of like this. People are becoming millionaires faster and easier than ever before. And if we stick with me, I'm going to show you how you can do it too. That's basically the premise of this whole thing.
yeah. And what do you think about the transition here? Because that's like only, I don't know, 1 minute in, and he just transitioned into himself. I feel like they could, since it's cold traffic, so I'm thinking maybe they could stick the idea a little bit longer, like the curiosity or fascination.
I would, if there's any examples you can show of like Lucy, who left her full-time job to do XYZ.
Yeah.
This is where you would insert like real world examples.
They do have it later, but it's like 10 minutes in. They pull
Okay.
up the testimonial.
I would do like 3 or 4 up front just to get people relating that like, oh, these are like everyday people just like me, you know, and then you can do the credibility build where he talks about himself.
Perfect. That's really helpful.
Okay, good.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Let's see. I think Jose.
Hey Sabah, what's up?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing these Facebook ads for a high ticket skincare product.
Okay.
So I pretty much had just one question. If I should write the Facebook ad like an advertorial pretty much. So like 500 to 800 words,
Uh-huh.
right?
What is the landing page? What does the landing page look
But it's
like?
just a simple product page for ecom.
Oh,
Yeah, if you click on one of those 3,
these.
yeah.
Yeah, if it's just one of these, definitely I would do some sort of long form advertorial style because you want to really hook them in. Yeah, and it's high price too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just like follow Heath's training on advertorials pretty much.
I would do, yeah, I mean, are you just writing the ad copy or do you get to write an advertorial? Are you thinking of putting like advertorial?
Just the ad copy. I can't.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so the advertorial style is really like, you know, it's almost like an article, right? So for the Facebook ad, it's going to be like an interesting, you're going to have to tell a story in the ad. So, you know, you can talk about like, you know, why are more women, you know, talking about this? I don't know, whatever it is, I mean, you don't have to explain, you don't have to mention the product name, but like this, why are more women going crazy about this hydrating serum or something like that? Or why thousands of women talking about this? And then advertorial style, right? Like third party, you know, so many women struggle with this, but now there's like a new formula, blah, blah, blah. It's sort of like a magazine editorial, which is basically in your Facebook ad.
Gotcha.
You can do it that way. Oh, no, go ahead.
And so there isn't really much like adjustments from a typical advertorial because I've never seen like a long form Facebook ad as an advertorial before. So
Yeah, no, it's not really going to be an advertorial. It's more just going to be like a long form ad that's written like a blog post. So it's just more informational and interesting. Like you're going to give away some tips or you're going to talk about, I mean, there's advertorials out there that like 10 reasons why women are choosing XYZ product, right? And then it's just like a list of 10 reasons. So, I mean, that could do well as as
gotcha.
a Facebook ad. You're using like the advertorial concept basically to pre-sell. You want to use your ad to pre-sell the product page because there's like no selling happening on here.
So do I also in the ad like include the information about the product and all that, like the close?
I would say I would close it with something like, you know, learn more about this innovative resurfacing compound, you know, today. You know, click here, click over to learn more about whatever.
Okay,
You
gotcha.
can close it with that.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Kate.
Yo, Sabah, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
Good. So this is for a golf product. You know how my friend asked you the other day how much you should charge for a headline and a lead? Well, I got the project. So basically it's a free plus shipping offer.
Okay.
It's this crazy golf club that like, I mean, I watched the videos and I was like, this is actually a really cool product.
Okay.
So it's like a different style of wedge that they can hit like a more perfect shot around the green.
Okay.
And yeah, the promises they had, I mean, I'm just taking from their current sales page that they have for this product. But I was just curious. I've written a bunch of headlines and I was just wondering what you thought. It was a free plus shipping offer, like I said, just which one you think are solid and like if I'm missing something or something like that. Like, should I call out the product in the headline?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to test it. You know what, Kate? There's actually a swipe for a free plus shipping golf offer in that swipe file I sent out this
I
morning.
went through it and it's hard to find shit in there.
I know. Just type golf and it will show up just in the search. You can use the search feature and just type golf because it's the keyword. But it is in there. I remember I found one. So I would study that.
Okay.
But I do like your third one. This now you can legally cheat your way around the green. I would add though, because it does something special, right? This fill style flop shot on your first try. Like I would try and incorporate that in here.
Okay.
Because you can cheat your way around the green and like nail that fill style flop shot on your first try with this free hummingbird wedge.
Okay.
I don't know anything about golf. You know, someone who does know is Ben Marcoux. So if you want to just like ping him, I'm sure he'd be happy to simplify some of this for you.
Yeah, he's actually writing for the same client.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Which is kind of funny. He's doing emails, I think, and we're just doing a test at the moment.
Okay.
But I was just wondering, yeah, because I know you're into free plus shipping kind of stuff. I'm not sure. I think they're running native traffic to it. So
okay. Yeah, I mean, you can go pretty aggressive with native traffic. So like you can make bigger claims, you know, and I'm sure these are all real. Like it actually does help golfers do all these things. So I wouldn't be afraid to be, you know, aggressive.
Yeah, and do you think it's like okay form to send them two options? Like, hey, you want to test that? Or is that okay?
I would.
Cool. I just didn't want to, I know like I didn't want it to sound like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. So here are two options. Like
no, say you came up with like 6 of them and then you narrowed it down to these 2. So it's up to them if they want to test it or if they like one over the other.
Okay.
You know.
Cool. All right, I'll check out the swipe.
Okay, yeah, it's in there.
Cool. Thanks so much, Sabah. I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. Let's see, Freddie.
Hello there, how you doing?
Hi, good, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. I'm fairly new here, so it's lovely to meet you, Sabah. I know we've obviously swapped a few messages in the group and yeah, your reputation precedes you. So I'm very, very excited and slightly nervous to be part of this. This
no,
review.
don't be nervous. I'm not mean.
No, I say that's the best way to learn, isn't it? To get some yeah, really, really strong feedback. So yeah, feel free to do your worst.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, I think I mentioned in the group that, you know, you're on the right track, but it would just need to be tightened up a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, for the advertorial, especially the Blissy style, they're very like direct and, you know, hard hitting. Like they'll pick on like one sort of underlying theme and just use that throughout. So it's not a very evolved story, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So that's why I mentioned I really like the celebrity, you know, the celebrity angle is always really good for the beauty industry in general. So that's a solid thing. And client already approved that they like that idea of, you know, how they're defining aging. So that's good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this regret-free retirement, because when you're thinking on the level of like beauty and skincare, you know, women aren't really thinking that big, right? They're really their emotional pain points at that level are, you know, they're missing their youth. Like they regret, they don't even have regrets. They just sort of like, you know, they think about how great their skin looked when they were, you know, 10 or 20 years younger, and they wish they could have that again. That's why they look to a lot of celebrities as sort of like their idols, right? Like, how do they
Mm,
stay so youthful looking? You know, that they're very self-conscious about their wrinkles and appearance, you know, if
sure.
they, especially if they're giving away their age, that's sort of like a big deal for them. Like, the people can tell how old they are. So
Mm,
they'll go to great lengths to kind of hide that, right?
yeah,
Um, so the retirement thing doesn't really come into play. It's more about, they want to feel, their biggest thing is they want to feel, when people look at them, they want to feel like, oh, they never guessed my age. Or and Kate, you could probably speak to this because you were working on a similar product. Like, they, you know, basically they want to look like they're not their age at all. So if they're in their
yeah.
60s, they want to look like they're still in their 30s or 40s.
Mm,
So the one thing we can't buy more of is time. Yeah, see, that's why it's not really clicking for me, because they already know that time is against them, right? It's
yeah.
like they're fighting the war against time. And so their like biggest needs are, how can I look younger? How can I stop time? Which, you know, we know we can't do that. So what products can help me look like I'm 10 or 20 years younger? How can I
Sure.
you know, how can I look better than my friends? How can my partner still find me attractive? That's another insecurity too, is that they think that their partners don't find them as attractive as they did when they were younger. And,
Yeah,
you know, at the extreme level, it's like, you know, is he going to cheat on me, or is he going to, you know, ask for divorce because he's not attracted to me anymore? So that's
sure.
like a deeper feeling.
Yep, I get that, definitely.
Yeah, I would move away from, the retirement angle altogether.
Okay. It's a tricky one. I mean, when I put these topics to them, and they, I guess if we ignore the whole Facebook compliance around the growing old disgracefully, they were
Yeah,
like, yeah, you know, we really like that in terms of, you know, this is a pillow that can make you feel really rested and energized, which
right.
means as a person in your 60s, you're not going to be, you know, sat there with a book and you're knitting. You are going to want to be hiking and mountain biking and all these things. But yeah, like you say, maybe it's gone too deep on the whole kind of retirement and time and live your best life and everything else, and not
Yeah.
focused enough on the benefits of the product.
Right, or just even setting them up for the benefits of the product, right? Because there's going to be a
Yeah,
sharp segue into selling a pillowcase once you go into
yes,
like all
definitely.
that big dramatic story, and then now you're talking about selling a pillowcase. So really, the link is going to be, I mean, you could still use that emotional angle that, you know, the clock is ticking. You know that,
Mm,
you know, you wake up and you notice more wrinkles. That's another one too. Is like they
yeah, that's a
notice
good point.
more in the mirror, right? Um,
Yeah.
and there's, I mean, because this is a pillowcase, you could really push the, you know, you probably spend hundreds of thousands on, you know, creams and things like that to help. But what if your skin could be boosted overnight? And then that's when you can like
Mm,
lead into the pillowcase. And like, did you know your pillowcase could be one of the reasons why wrinkles are happening faster? And then, but if you sleep on a silk pillowcase, this is a celebrity secret, that it's like this unknown celebrity secret. If you sleep on a silk pillowcase, it can help smooth, you know, keep your skin smooth, looking younger,
mm.
and help you get better sleep as well, which also helps your skin look better in general.
Yeah, that's a great point. And if you're saving hundreds of dollars on skin creams, then that's more money to
Yeah,
spend on your mountain biking or your
there you
bungee
go.
jumping or
And
whatever
then
they
just
want to do
enjoying
in their
life.
60s. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially if the women are in their 40s and 50s, they already know that they have like a budget for
Mm,
for all those skin creams and stuff, right? They're well aware that they're spending a lot of money on this, and part of the reason why they buy all this stuff is because of this insecurity that they're losing their youth, they're running out of time. You know, and obviously as they get older, it gets harder and harder to hide these signs of
yeah.
aging. So yeah, you're
Yeah.
presenting the pillowcase as a way to stop the hands of time, right? Like, not
Yes.
only does the pillowcase help keep your skin smooth while you're sleeping, you know, because some pillows cases like make you have wrinkles, but it also
Mm,
encourages, you can talk about like, it also helps you get a deeper night's sleep, and you need quality sleep for your skin cells to, you know, rejuvenate, and so you look well rested, and you have that natural glow. Like, you literally need that. You need to be sleeping
yeah.
well. So that could be part of it as well.
Cool.
Yeah, there has to be an
Brilliant. Thank you.
I hope that's helpful.
No,
I know
that's
it's
really
hard-
helpful. Thank you.
Okay, good. I know, I'm sure, and not to be sexist or anything, but I'm sure it's harder for guys to write about stuff like this, right? It's like the same with, I think, who was it? I think Momcho was doing the hair curler, the curling iron offer. So it was hard for him to really, understand the pain points of a, of a woman trying
Oh
to
well,
curl her.
Sabah, you might say that, but I love a decent skincare routine and moisturizer. I'm not getting any younger
There you
either.
go.
So there you go.
Good.
We have to invest in ourselves, don't we?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and you can talk about the self-care thing, right? That's a whole movement
Mm.
too. Having a self-care routine. So you could say the pillowcase is part of your self-care routine.
Definitely.
It's helping you feel good about yourself. You're doing something for yourself. A lot of women love that kind of language, right? So
Yeah,
you can go that
absolutely.
route.
While I'm on the topic, just quickly, is there a decent swipe file anywhere for kind of women's skincare products like
Yeah, I
moisturizers and everything?
Yeah, there's a ton of skin offers in the swipe that I posted. It's in the main group. I posted this morning.
Ah,
It's like
perfect.
massive swipe file that you can there's tons of niches in there. So there's beauty and skincare products. You can check those out. There's a couple of really
Amazing.
good BSLs in there. So I would study those because those advertisers spend a ton of money on these high production BSLs, and those have a lot of the same. You'll see, like they talk about celebrity secrets. They talk about, defying the signs of aging, all of these things that women are interested in. So I would definitely check those out.
Brilliant. I'm going to become a skincare expert in that
You
case
are.
then. Wonderful.
Yes. Excellent.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Good. You're welcome. Amber.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm going to stay off screen because I am in rural Idaho with not the best connection, but I'm excited. I'm excited to have you look at this because after the free plus shipping offer with Amazon Boom, they liked mine so much that they hired me for a VSL. So
awesome.
This is the VSL.
Okay.
It's a short one. They wanted it to be, it's only like 30 minutes to basically self-qualify people and get them excited for the sales call.
Okay.
And so that's the big push. These headlines are pretty much the headlines I submitted when I submitted the free plus shipping, and your feedback was that they were more VSL orientated than free plus shipping. So
right.
I'm hoping that by mostly just adapting them slightly to the focus of the holiday season,
okay.
that they'll work.
Gotcha. And then, so the VSL is a separate offer than the free plus shipping?
Yeah, so the free plus shipping and all their other things really just lead to getting people to this sales call, which is to get people enrolled in a $4,000 program to learn her method of selling on Amazon.
Okay, so they've already said yes to the free plus shipping offer.
Not necessarily. That's one kind of funnel entry point is to the free plus shipping. I think they're doing tons of Facebook ads right now. And I think their goal is to continue with Facebook ads that lead to this VSL.
Okay, got it. So not necessarily, okay, because then that would change it as well if it was post, because it's the same kind of messaging, right? So, okay.
Yeah.
I really like this one. And I think it'll be Facebook compliant as well.
Number 3.
Yeah. This is good too, but I don't think it's as strong as number 3.
Okay.
I mean, I would submit all 3 of these to them, to see, but I think you nailed it on this one.
Cool. What is there something about it that seems more apropos?
I like the the family time thing, because the New Zealand mom who replaced her job is good, but there's no connection to like that. So now she's got all this free time with her kids, right? Is what you're trying to imply, which I think is captured really well in this one.
Okay. So does it seem like I could add it to that second one, like 4 words about it, or would that muddle that headline?
Yeah, how a New Zealand mom of 2 replaced her job and is now enjoying more family time with a win-win process But the selecting products to sell on Amazon still isn't. I mean, really, you've got to. She's profiting from the blue sky products, right? Not really, not just finding them. So
right.
So it's like you almost have to imply that she's like earning. You have to imply an earning, right? So
Okay.
if you can find a way to say that she's actually, not that exact words, profiting, but like you know what I mean? Like she's actually making money off of these blue sky products rather than just finding them, because people won't really understand so what if she's finding, like, and they don't even know what the guy is. So I would try
that has to come later. That the whole point is that you only have to get good at one thing, and that's finding the product, but that won't make sense in the headline.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's sort of like the method, right?
Right.
Yeah. And like the subhead, I would do something, I really like the subhead too, but I would just do something like, you know, create that sort of sense of urgency. Well, when are they planning on running this? Is this like later in the year?
They're planning on what they really like is finding an excuse to give a time scarcity kind of thing. And so, you know, they used the Q1 report for a while, and then they wanted to use Prime Day, and now we're trying to use the holiday season.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. When is Prime Day? Is it in like November?
No, they thought it was going to be July, but it looks like it's going to be in June.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it might miss it.
And so pretty soon they want to replace it with this one. So it's the next thing to be ready to jump in for.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, I mean, get your hands on her. You had something good in this other one. I mean, you could do something like get your hands on her secret method, right? In quotes, for sourcing profitable products in the middle of the online shopping boom. Something along those lines. Yeah, this is great. That's the core of this. Nice. This is a good transition.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would just say, and doing it just in time, like, you know, create that sense of urgency and doing it just in time for the next big holiday. You could even elaborate on that a bit more, because I know you know what that means, but to like you basically say that, you know, because holiday season is sort of like the mass, like that's like the retailers wait for the holiday season to make up however percentage of their sales for the year, right? So it's like they literally do. Like some companies, you know, it's like 30% of their revenue is just from the 3 months, like, you know, October, November, and December. So just emphasize that they should pay attention to that, you know, market trend, because that's like the time to like quadruple your income, right? If you're an online seller.
Do you think what I'm a little nervous about with my lead is it's full of a lot of facts. And so do you think I need to find something that has like more facts, more numbers, like something you said, like that 30%, or can I just hint at it?
I would, because remember, they're looking at this from the perspective of an at-home business owner, right? Not like a retailer. They're not retail store owners. So you gotta, I mean, these are interesting facts. Like the third largest company has absolute highest revenue. What I would really drive home is that, you know, even like small businesses know that, you know, the holiday season makes up whatever, you want to make it like, so it hits them home more, like, oh, if I'm selling online, if I'm an online seller, then maybe I should pay attention too, right? Because that's really the point you're trying to drive home anyway.
Yeah, cool, that makes sense.
That basically there's like this massive amount of money about to flow in, during this holiday season. So make sure you get your piece of the pie. You could even position it as, there's a reason why retailers like spend, way more. You could probably find some stats on this, on how much more money retailers spend on marketing during the holiday season than other times of year, or how they prepare for the holiday season, because it's such a massive part of their business. And now, like, you're showing them how to prepare as a online seller. If they're smart, then they'll get in on that, now as well. Nice. Yeah, I don't know if I would, there's a lot of content here about Amazon's growth and like the numbers and the stats. Like I would use that, but then then you need to bring it back home. So like, so what does that mean for you, right? If you're selling products on Amazon, you get a percentage of that revenue because XYZ. Like there needs to
yeah, I think I have that, but I think I have it too far down.
Buried. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would just shorten it, because they don't need that much information. They just need a few like really shocking stats to get that message, right? And you can talk about even beyond Amazon. You can just say online retailers in general around the globe, prepare for this. It's the biggest event. It's like the biggest season of their year. And then that's it. Like, then otherwise it's too much. You can lose them.
So do you think, I guess part of what I was trying to do with that chart, that blue chart, was to deal with the objection of, well, that was last year during the lockdown, and trying to show like these habits of online shoppers are going to continue into this year is what I was trying to do. And maybe it got lost in the being too logical or too businessy.
Exactly. I would just say like, I would just spell it out. I would be like, but you're probably thinking that's because of the lockdown, right? That's not true. Trends are showing that it's going to continue, and more people are more comfortable shopping online now because of the lockdown. Like, a lot of people didn't shop online before. They were forced to during the lockdown, and now they love it. So now you've got more people who are comfortable shopping online. I would just type that. Yeah.
Make it more like we're sitting at the bar.
Exactly. Yeah. More casual conversation, right? And you can throw in, you can sprinkle in some of these like really shocking facts, but I would keep that minimal, because they're not looking at it from like a, but they don't have their like financial accountant hat on, right? They're looking at this. Okay, so how can I make more money, with my little online business? Yeah. So I would ease up on the statistics, because the points are solid on their own, and just make it a bit more casual conversation, right?
Cool.
Yeah, and I still like the partnering with Amazon is like your best strategy, right? Because all the work is pretty much done for you. No inventory, no fulfillment to worry about. All you're doing is getting people to the stuff that they want. And actually her story, you might want to bring her story up higher if this is cold traffic. So yeah, I would actually, that whole section where you have what she did, like starting, here, right here. I would actually move all of her story up higher. So
Okay.
I would, so right here, when you say like the trend, what we talk about the trend, just, you know, distill it down a bit so there's not a lot of statistics, but the part where you say, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. That's why I got into it, and then tell her story here. Like that's where I would introduce it. Because in that way,
even though she got into it 7 years ago.
well, but 7 years ago, the trend was still going up, right? That like people were still seeing. So basically say, yeah. And she said, like, I was lucky because I got in early, and I'm still seeing the trend go up. Like you can say 10 years ago, people were talking about this. And, you know, I was kind of on the fence, but then I started looking at the numbers and felt like there's something real, you know, there's a big opportunity here.
Okay.
I would do that. Yeah, because then when you say that, it's like, oh, she, you know, she got in early, but now the trend is still going up. And that's where you can use like that chart, right? And show, or another chart that just shows, because there's a ton out there. I think Shopify has a bunch too, where they're showing the e-commerce is still booming and it's going to go through till like 2023.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's more stuff out there. Is this true? She like has the partnerships with suppliers?
Yeah, that's one of her secrets, is like one of her her first product she ever sold was this hand painted thing from Nepal.
Okay.
And then she found for her second big product that she sold, she found some tea place in India that like she was their main supplier or their main seller of their tea product.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I would just emphasize, and this isn't just like junk that you see on Amazon, like this, these are like real products sourced from, you know, exotic places that you can like bring to the market.
Cool.
I would say something like that. Because that's going to be like an apprehension too, that is it just like, you know, drop shipping, you know, generic stuff from China or whatever. So you can say like, make them feel good that they're actually like selling like really cool things.
Yeah, totally. You think I need that because I tried to hint at it in the headlines and it sounds like maybe I need to make that part stronger.
About her story about sourcing from.
Yeah, because it's we talked about, you know, that the language I was using of finding products is not strong enough, but we kind of went the angle of the profiting from it.
Right.
But I do think like in a lot of interesting ways, I'm like her ideal avatar. And I would be someone who would question the ethics of working on Amazon, but to hear, hey, you can actually help people from Guatemala sell their homegrown chocolate, I'd be like, oh,
that
that's
whole
cool.
thing too. Yeah. I mean, you're helping the supplier, right, get their amazing products out to the world. And you can be proud that you're like selling real goods, not just generic or counterfeit stuff, you know, on Amazon. So you can be like a special seller, right? I would emphasize that. You might want to just create some subheads in here. I know it's a VSL, but just to kind of, or like statements that break up the flow a little bit, where you say something and you're sourcing from, you know, you'd be surprised. You can like, you know, sell these exotic goods or really high quality stuff, you know, however you want to say it. But I would include that in here because that is an important part of this offer. Yeah, on the right track. I think it's going to need some reworking, but you know, your copy is really good. It's just going to need some reworking as far as the flow goes.
Make it overall, it sounds some rearranging and a bit more conversational.
A bit more conversational. Yeah. Think about like she's talking to like you know, another mom at a, you know, at like a party or something, just telling her what she does for a living, you know.
Mhm.
And the skeptical mom is like, you know, on the fence about quitting her job, and you know, she's thought about like doing this online thing, you know, she thought about making her own stuff, but she doesn't know how to sell online. So you're trying to tell that mom like it's a really legit opportunity, right? And I do it,
Mhm.
and you can sell these really cool things, and it's a real business, that kind of
Mhm.
approach.
Cool.
Congrats on getting the job.
Thank you. It was a sweet moment.
Yeah, that's awesome.
When I got that email, I was like, oh,
You share the
yay.
win or no? I don't think you shared this win, did you?
I did 2 weeks ago, I think it was. Brian
Oh, you did?
Brian actually just posted it in the list of wins yesterday.
Okay,
That's
awesome.
when I shared that. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you so much.
Okay, good. And did I miss anybody? No, I think that was everyone. Small group today. Oh, Harrison, you have one more question about advertorials?
Yeah, I would just when you were talking with Freddie or Jose, I think it might be Jose. I just thought of for that product, I may actually need to write advertorial as well.
Okay.
But I had no experience with advertorial for like BizOps. So is there anything that you would like point me to, or resources or swipe files?
There's actually not, you know, that I don't even have a swipe for BizOps advertorials. They don't do it. Because there's no real pre-selling happening on most info products and business opportunity ones. It's usually the pre-sales or interstitial pages are going to be like a webinar or masterclass, right? They're not going to be like an advertorial. So unless your client is really insistent on doing advertorial style, I probably wouldn't.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't go that route.
Okay. So probably most efficient is just keep
Andrew.
doing what other BizOps.
I would follow those models. Yeah, it's either going to be like a free masterclass or like a mini webinar, free training, right up front if you want to warm somebody up, or free book, free lead magnet type thing. Advertorial, honestly, I've never seen it in the BizOps space.
Okay, so probably didn't work for other people too either.
I'm guessing so. Yeah, not even like the big guys don't even do it.
Yeah. Because I've been checking on Learn, and they just keep doing webinar.
Yeah, that's all Anik does is the webinars. That's his model. Like he's perfected that to, you know, to a science. Like he knows it works. They turn these out every couple of months, and he's got a formula. He's got a formula. He's done the free lead magnets though as well, like a free ebook. But usually he packages them up with the webinar. He'd be like, you know, come to the free masterclass, and I'll give you the book for free, you know, as like a guide. And really, the book is like the entire webinar, like packaged up in a book.
Okay.
So that's how they do it.
Okay. Have you seen or what kind of big companies would you recommend for me to follow on, and like inside BizOps? I mostly just follow like Dan Locke I used to follow, and the Modern Millionaires.
Yeah, Modern Millionaires.
Yeah.
There's a bunch in the swipe file actually that I posted today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
There's a ton of, I put some webinar opt-ins and lead magnet opt-ins and stuff in there too. So you'll find some.
Sounds great. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And Freddie, I'm glad you got access to it. I'm glad you like it. That should help. There's some advertorials in there too, like different styles of advertorials. So I think you'll find some value in that as well.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Sweet. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Hope you have an awesome week, and I will see you next week.
Yep. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Bye all.